Well, that was a long anticipated victory there. We started off the game a little shaky there, but towards the end, I think we proved the club that we are, and the organisation has to be kind of commended for everything they did between the first game and the second game. We turned our whole strategy around. The all the sins got together, and I think we've proven now that we are a team to look out for in the competition. There was a few little technical issues that we have to look at, some that we addressed last week, and still haven't been resolved. So we have to look at that as a wider organisation. But yeah, for tonight, couldn't be more proud of the since we sat down the last 3 days and were just watching tapes, watching the metro patches and everything that they were doing leading up to preseason, and I think we kind of slotted into the game where we fitted in. We knew our strategy. We didn't play to their strategy, which was a risk at the start. Knowing their technical abilities and the way that they can come up with new sounds, we could have gone that way. We could have, we could have played towards their kind of game style. In the first quarter, we were a little bit out of our element as we were trying to put onto the court all the things that we'd practiced in the past couple of days. But then, yeah, we took the lead and we never looked back. What was it, like a 50 points? 49 points victory there. But Metro Patches, they're a fantastic team, fantastic organization. Um, they pushed us to come out with our best game today. Um, talk about strategies real quick. So between the last game and this game, we had to kind of figure out a way to keep our defense a bit stronger. So we made the switch to take the Model D and the Model 15 and switch them out. So they were power forward and center. We switched them, and that really worked. So the Model D with his third oscillator, and we kind of used that to catch them unaware. So we flick it in when we needed to, and he could run a bit quicker and then run it back out, and then he could just use that as a way to kind of make some of the fielders work and stuff. So I think that was a bit unexpected. We came out, I think I think it was the start of the second quarter. We started to pump some noise in through some of the gates and some of the filters, and that way that again, I don't think that was kind of that was on the radar from the Metro patches, thinking of how we would play. So we kept away from the patches up until the point where we were in the lead, and then we could have a bit of fun and just give the crowd something nice to listen to, something different. That fourth quarter was totally experimental. We were patching and we were using all kinds of experimental techniques there. Um, but yeah, it really came together for us when it was well, we were in our own when we were using some of those analog techniques, running the noise through the gates and through the filters. So that was something that yeah, something that we came together, and it's not going to work for every team, obviously, but when you look at the strengths of the other team, you have to kind of say, are we going to play to their strengths and try to be better than them? And in most cases, that isn't the way because it's their strength for a reason. So we played our game and super proud of all the synths. Um, no lineup changes this week, so the same starting five as we had last week, and they ran through the whole game. I got to say though, Cobol really stepped up this game. The way that he was playing up the top register, like that was something. And we even, I think, a third quarter, we dropped everything out, and he got a little solo play in there, so that was well deserved. And yeah, it just goes to show, give a bit of shine, and wonders can happen. I don't really want to go into too much else. There's some other stuff that happened with the league. You can read about that on the website. But tonight, just it's all about this game. It's all about the Revolt and the Patches, and we put on a fantastic performance. The Patches put on a fantastic performance as well. Condolences to them because I mean, they all I can say is they played super well. They got a great organization, great training team, great coaching team. I'm going to throw it open to two questions, but it did come up. Well, we'll start with two questions, see how we go. But it did come up that last week the questions aren't coming through the mic, so I'll try to kind of address that in this. Yeah, we yeah Yeah, so the question was key moments. So what key moments came out of that game? For us, like I said, there was a few things like where we had the game plan, and then it was just time to put it into motion, like running the noise through and stuff like that. But for me, the real key moments happens before the game. It happens the 3 days that we had in between game one of the preseason and game two, which happened tonight. Those were the key moments where all the synths came together. We had a pretty devastating victory, and we just had to get back on the horse, and we did that. And the way that we came through, all the key moments for us were in the preparation. So before the game even started, that was a good question. I thank you for that one. We'll have a couple more. Can you turn his? No, I can hear. Yeah, yeah. I don't really think I can answer that one honestly. Um, okay, so the question was around tactics going into the full season. So when we start, that's fair to say, right? Yeah, so there are going to be a few rule changes, but again, I can't really talk about that. This is right now. This is me as coach of the Revolt, so we need to stick to that. But it's exciting. I can say this: they're super exciting times. We're doing these pre-game matches, so we can see what goes where, if that makes sense. So we have all these ideas, but it only makes sense to bring a few ideas into the presentation that is a match that is 48 minutes that goes through to the stream. So what can we bring to that is what we're kind of mulling through as we go through these. We watch the tapes and then we see what works, what doesn't work, whatever fits in goes in, and then when it comes time to full season, or to the regular season, I guarantee you're gonna love it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was an observation. That was something that we did come to get. The question for those listening at home was about the key and the scale that we used. So we anticipated the patches were going to use 2 or 3 different scales, and we wanted to come right out of the bat and do something different to throw them off their game. So we started with A major, and um, it was risky. It paid off towards the end, but that's why the first quarter was pretty shaky because we haven't prepared, we haven't rehearsed, and we haven't practiced at all in that scale. And just even just starting from that key, it was a of a bit of a challenge, but it's a challenge that we rose to, and at the end we came good. But that just shows again that stepping out of your league, stepping out of your element, is the best way that you can put something unique into the league, and that's the way that we did it. That was a good observation. You got a good ear. It was a yeah, it was a last minute decision as well. So yeah, that was something that you can expect something unexpected every week. And for that week, it was that. A few rule changes that again will be up on the website, and looking forward to the third preseason game. And then have we can we announce more details to come? Thanks everyone again for sticking around and for watching and for your interest.